What's going on, everybody? My name is Blood941, and today's video is actually going to be something different that I haven't really done before. It's going to be a review of Titanfall 2. This is a game that I've spent pretty much every day since release. Today is the 20th, so about 24 days if I do my math, 23 days, something like that. And I've pretty much sunk in on average 2 hours a day. There was like one day where I didn't play because I wasn't home because I issues with getting home that night, but so I've sunk a buttload of time into this. I've already regenerated in multiplayer, and that, I guess that's not really a big achievement because it's really easy level in this game. But I've done the campaign on the second hardest difficulty. And I started that right off the bat just because I wanted to actually have a challenge. So I don't know. So, first things first, since I mentioned the campaign, we're going to go into the pros of the campaign, and then we're going to go into the cons of the campaign. So, when it comes to the campaign, it's got really great level design. There's actually a level where you are in a factory, like, getting shot at, and you have to fight your way through as a building builds itself around you, and you have to, like, avoid getting crushed by stuff, and you have to find ways to make it across the areas that you can't make it if you were not riding on a moving platform and then wall ride and shit. It's super great level design. And on top of that, the game is fucking beautiful. Like, it's visually just amazing. There's like, it's a lot of lens flares, but it's, this is what happens when EA runs a game. Pretty sure it's EA. I could be entirely wrong, just making shit up right now, but who knows. Also, when it comes to level design, how the buildings moving around, like building around you was super cool because it was like dynamic cover and all that shit. But even on top of that, some of the mechanics themselves are fucking amazing. Like, there's a level or two where you have to actually travel between time to get through the level because there's like debris in the way or some doors aren't open in one time period, so you have to travel to the other time period and like deal with some of the security while the doors are open or like the floor isn't on fire or whatever. It's like super fucking. It was great. I really enjoyed that level. And there's like one where you get like this arc tool allows you to hack things, and there's like some turbines that are blowing you. They're like pushing you with wind or whatever, and you have to like platform on it sideways by like activating barriers and some shit. Oh, it's super cool. If you haven't played the campaign, I recommend it highly. Not that my opinion means much, so whatever. On top of that, the character interactions are actually like believable. Aside from the very beginning, we're just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm a lucky rifleman who managed to get one of the best pilots in the world, in the universe, to be my mentor and whatever. That's just kind of like, but everything else is pretty cool. Like, when you meet the 6-4, they've got like this cohesion when they're like, they don't interact a whole lot. You don't really get to see them very much, but the way that the characters in the 6-4 actually interact, it's believable. It's like they're a family, and they'll kick your ass. Also, when Blisk kind of interacts with Cooper, it seems like, I don't know, what motivates the guy from the very beginning, and he very much sticks to it. It's kind of nice, and like at the very end, he offers you some shit. It's kind of cool. So, oh, what else? And it's actually, like, the campaign, it was actually challenging. There were a few times you're just kind of like, how do I get through this? And then you start, like, playing through a little bit. There are different ways to approach things, kind of. Like, different ways to go through the environment, I guess. But it was challenging, but not, like, unplayable. It was actually rewarding when you got stuff done. So it was kind of nice on that aspect. So let's see. I wrote some of the stuff down, I typed it up so I could look back at this while I'm doing this. So let's go to the cons of the campaign. Whenever you are in an option or in a place where you could either embark BT or hang out on the ground, there is never a reason for you to get on the ground. BT pretty much needs his handheld or he ends up dying. I don't know. It's kind of meh. I get it. It's called Titanfall 2, but I wanted there to be a little bit more, option. Like if I have BT or whatever, I want to be able to hang around, like kind of how you do in multiplayer, where you can jump on other Titans, pull shit out, go back to BT, heal them up, keep them in like smart AI mode or whatever. But that isn't gonna happen anyway. So also, when it comes to the enemy Titan AI, they're either like super smart or super dumb. And this goes for multiplayer as well. Like the enhanced auto Titan, like it doesn't. It just means that they can use more shit. And then maybe a little more accurate. It's still super easy to sneak up on them and take their shit from them. But then I have gotten 180 like meleeed by normal unenhanced auto titans so many times, and there's no middle ground for like a balanced enemy titan AI. They just seem either super stupid or super smart, and I don't know. No really rhyme or reason to it. What else? Um, Oh, the whole like I said before, the trope where like the random guy turns out to be the best pilot ever and saves the day kind of thing, where he just kind of one training sim and he just is the best pilot to ever be, and I don't know, that just seems a little. I mean, I get it, it's a trope of a genre of like save random guy, even you can save the day, Joe Schmo and all that shit, but like I don't know, it was entertaining, but as far as believability goes, not so much. That's really all there was for campaign cons, though. So clearly, the reason most people got this game, though, is because multiplayer. Because the original game was entirely multiplayer. So let's go through the pros and cons of multiplayer. The pros are it is super fast paced. Like there is just shit happening all over the place. I usually play Bounty Hunt. It's the 5v5, and that's the one with the least amount of people in it at a time, with a buttload of AI. So it's still super fast paced, and I feel like I'm constantly moving, which I am, which brings me to my second pro. The amount of mobility that there is in this game is crazy. Like, so many options. I have tried other things, though. The grappling hook, this is kind of a con, too, I guess. The grappling hook is the most viable option because it allows you an extra layer of mobility, not only to avoid getting hit by a Titan, but able to mantle on top of Titans in order to, like, you can even use the grappling hook as a weapon. You can pull enemies towards you. Like, it's hilarious. So, on top of that, though, like aside from the grappling, I've seen people go really effective though with like the AWOL and the cloak and the pulse plate and whatnot. Like there are, like I said, there are other. Well, I didn't actually say this. This is my next point. Every play style is viable. You can you can do super good with a shotgun on a really big map because it's so easy to close that distance that you would normally have to go through in order to make a shotgun effective. Not to mention the Mastiff has stupid range, but it's got like travel time and bullet drop. It's really weird. So yeah, that was mobility. Okay, so a lot of Titans, and this is gonna kind of come into a con later. When you select a Titan, it gives you like the difficulty and like a 3-star rating, and it's accurate. Like this is because it's difficulty doesn't necessarily mean it's like hard to play so much as it's kind of like in Smite, where a character difficulty usually means that they've got a really high skill ceiling and it takes a little bit of thinking to get used to the character's kit and how they interact, and you have to be a little bit more accurate. But this works perfectly in this game, aside from Legion. Legion seems super easy. I tried him once and I didn't like it. I like mobile. Mobility is kind of what I look for in a character that I play, in this game at least. But he cleans up because his if he gets all crits with his crits, yeah, crits works with the Predator cannon. It just kind of cleans house. He can 100-0 most Titans pretty quickly. So and it's really hard to avoid it too because it's a steady stream of just bullets to the face. There are a lot of customization options. A lot of different camos can be unlocked. There are advocate gifts. There are so many options, and a lot of them they're just kind of like different variations on the different colors and the same pattern, but they still look super cool. What I like about the zebra one though is that the pattern is actually different based on which one you get. So it's not just like, oh yeah, we changed the zebra to pink or blue. No, it's like a different pattern of zebra. Also enjoy the Titan voice acting, which is kind of like not a lot of people really would care about that, but I really enjoy voice acting in games, and I love how the Titans actually have their personality in multiplayer, which is interesting. On top of that, when you eject, if you saw right there, there's like a little not really a voice line, but there's just a line that shows up on screen, and there's one that says "Fly you fool," and it's like, oh look, Lord of the Rings, or there's just little inspirational lines that are kind of cool. Also, semis, they don't seem to have a fire cap, which means they kind of clean up, so they're a little broken, I guess you could say, but when you look at, the R2, where, that thing can clean up from a mile away. It's so dumb. It has minimal recoil, whatever. But the P2016, fucking semi-handgun is insane. And also, Titans in multiplayer, they're not more overpowered than pilots are. It's not like you see people getting, like, at least in my experience, clearly, personal review and whatnot, there aren't as many people running around just in Titans all the time. A lot of pilots actually clean house and can take out Titans solo. It's awesome. I've done that so many times. It's a lot of fun. And it also lets a good player be good. Like, there's so much skill potential with this game, and so many different things you could do, so many different options, and like that shit right there, like grappling mid-air, shooting a guy while he's running away from you. I mean, I guess it's not exactly the most skilled thing to do, but like you can't do that in many other games. And even so, though, that guy could have he could have popped a clone or gone invisible, and I wouldn't have been able to see him so easily or whatever. But there's so many options that allows you to work on like what counters what does what else, whatever like that. This one, hold on, real quick. This is fucking hilarious. I killed with a goddamn fire star. Like, what the hell? So the cons of multiplayer. Certain Titans are clearly easier, more rewarding than others. Like Ronin, he will clean house regardless, and he's super fast, and it's hard to pin him down. So whatever. And there are actually bugs joining. Like when I was trying to play with Frush and Jack, we were having a little bit of an issue. Like we couldn't. It was kind of like Black Ops 2 days where we couldn't have certain people hosting or whatnot. As I try to talk over myself, that was a flawless gameplay. I was watching it over. So, but yeah, there's just a little bit of bugs when you join your friends and whatnot. So like. I don't know. This is, in my opinion, this is probably going to be the game that I sink a fuck ton of time into, if not already. I've already sunk at least 40 or 50 hours into this shit. So, like, it's a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend that anybody who was interested in getting this game definitely gets it, because it's a lot more fun with friends, even though I play a lot of solo, but it's a lot more fun when you have people to play with, because it's a little bit more strategy, a little bit more elements of everything you can do. Like, Frush plays on a tone, and he'll put up a shield and hang out in the back and just snipe people. It's a lot of fun, and I would recommend getting it. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 on a scale of 10. Clearly, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to give it 10 out of 10 because then it just seems like I'm being a fucking fanboy. But like, I really enjoy this game, and I highly recommend it to anybody who would want to get it. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, I'll figure out what to put at the end of that gameplay, because it's been going for a minute and plus afterwards right now. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys.